Hello, I'm Dragoș, and in this video we're going to take a look at FastHTML. And if you don't know, FastHTML it's a Python framework that can help you build websites or applications fast with just a few lines of code. So basically, I want to show you the basic of FastHTML and how it's working. And through this series, we are going to go and build like an application or a website that will have various pages with different AI tools that you can start using them. And this is the FastHTML website, and here you see that you have all the details about it. You have these options to create some of the things, and yeah, this is like quite a new framework. It just popped up last year. There are multiple frameworks. In the past I've created videos about the Nice Guy, which is quite nice. I have like 2 videos created about it. Also there is Streamlit, which is the most known one, but yeah, basically this is like quite slow, and it offers the same design everywhere, and that's why I like to take a look to new things. And FastHTML, it's like very fast, and it's working with HTMX. Out of the box it has a database that you can use with SQLite, and you see in here the tools that it's using already. And yeah, we're going to go and check more about it. So this is their website, fastht.ml, and they have a repo in here that you see that it's updated. It has like a lot of stars, it has examples and things like that. And in here you see that you can start using it quite fast, like this. We're going to see in this video the introduction and some of the things that it can do. And in the next videos we're going to add multiple pages, we're going to add the LLMs to it and things like that. And yeah, this is their website. In here you have also some examples. So in here you have the example repo if you want. You have the gallery that you can go and visit, for instance, with different components. And in here you should have also an LLM. Let's see, document for this. Here it is. So basically they've created an LLM text file with some of the things, and you can go and insert it. So for instance, when I've created this tutorial, I've used the Z to help me write this and create the details for this, because otherwise it will have taken me, I don't know, maybe weeks to create this video. That's why I'm using AI tools to help me. So in here you can see that I've chat with this file. So if you don't know Z, like it's an ID that you can use it with Claude and with other things. I know I'm using it with Claude 3.7, and I've just fetched the details with the article and the documentation and asked them to modify some of the things in here. And in this way I've created this tutorial and code for this, and it did a pretty good job. LLMs are here to help us, so you should take advantage of them. Of course, you need to go and yeah, chat with them and tell them the things that you need. So in here you see that you have the components for this, and you can go and check it in more detail. So for instance, if you want the code, you can go in here. You can have also the code. Again, you can go and, for instance, when you are chatting with an LLM, you can provide him the example, and in this way you can help him do things. So right now in my application, I'm in the beginning, I'm just created the basic things. And yeah, in here I have created an article with all of the things that we are going to do. So basically we're going to install it and check some of the text elements and layouts and things like that that HTMX and FastLLM it's doing. So in here the first thing that you are going to need to do is to go and install Python. If you already don't have it, I already have it in here. If you don't have it, you can go and check this article in here. And we're going to create a virtual environment, and we're going to activate it. So basically I will create a virtual environment to have the things installed in there and don't have it globally available. Like this Python, it's supposed to be run in local environments. And To do that, we are just going to run this command to create a virtual environment called FastHTML, and then we are going to activate it. And in here I have try already opened and I have a directory created. I'm going to use try for this because I like the UI. You can use what ID you want. And in here, let me run this command, and you see that right now the folder is created, and we're going to go and activate it. Let me open the details. Okay, let me activate it, and then we are going to install it. To install it, we're just gonna run pip install Python FastHTML. This is the syntax, and let me go into the try and activate the environment. And in here you see that right now I am in the virtual environment, and what I'm going to do is to go and pip install. Let's see. Okay, like this. So right now this will go and fetch the latest FastHTML package that it's out there, and it will install all the dependencies that are needed for this. So you see it has installed all the details in here. Okay, and the other thing that we're going to do is to go and check, I don't know, also their documentation, because in there you have like a simple thing, and then we're going to start building on that so you can understand how it's working. So let's open their documentation and run their first thing from there. Okay, let me go into the FastHTML, read the docs in here, and in here they have like a simple applications that you can go and paste it. So we are going to create a main.py file with these details, and we are going to go through them. Okay, main.py. Okay, and I've pasted the code in here. Let me make this thing smaller. So in here you see that the first thing that you need to do is to import the FastHTML from common. You import it, then you define the fast app with app and RT. Mostly we're going to use the app part in my tutorials because it's more easy to read, and here they have used the RT, and they did a simple get with a div and p. So basically how this it's working, it's like they are following the HTML. So in case you need to add something, you like a div, you have this, then you have the, and then you have the p, this is the paragraph, and so on, and then you have the change in here, and then you have the serve. So basically what this will do, it will go and start the server, and in here you see that it will use the 5001 port, and in here you have the host. Again, you can change the details if you want to change the port and IP and things like that. And to run this, I will just do the Python main. Right now this will start the server, and if we're going to check this, let's see if I can open this. You see that you have something like this. You have a simple hello world that it's working, and in here I have the details. So yeah, I mean, this is their default thing, and in here you see that the application started, and right now you have the get. And right now we would go and check some of the things that this has to offer. So in the article I already created all of this. So this is the syntax, and in here you see that this is how it's translated. The p goes with p in here, and you put the text in here. You have the h1 that you are going to create like this, the heading, and in here you put the text. Again, you can do nested things. So you have a div with a p inside it with a child element. Again, for the link, like this, link test, and the input similar. And in here there are some examples, and we are going to go and fetch the first thing, which is more complex. So we're going to copy this, we're going to go into the ID, and we're going to open the main, and we're going to paste this, and everything, it will be fetched automatically if we save this. And again, in here you see that I have created a FastHTML application. I've imported everything, and in here I'm using the app-get for the home. So basically this is the /root, and in here I have defined the home, and in here like this you can create a full page, so you can wrap this into an HTML. And in here you have the head, so this is more complex, and in the head you can add the title, and you can add scripts, for instance, if you want. And here you see that for styling this I decided to use the Tailwind. So if you don't know Tailwind, it's a CSS framework that you just send it classes and you can style the application very easily. I'm using the CDN in this demonstration because it's easier to do. And in here you have the body, and in the body I've added an h1 tag, and in here you see that you have the text for that, and you have the CLS, and in here you have the text, which is 2XL, it's bold, and it has a margin bottom of 4. Again, then I have a paragraph in here with some styling, and I have a list in here, and at the end I return the page, and in here I have the serve that it's supposed to run this. Let's save it. Okay, so right now this is save, and right now you see in here that this is formatted like this, and you see that you have the FastHTML, the header like this, and you have the list below, and so on. And let's go and see some of the other things that FastHTML can do. Again, in here I have explained everything in details, and in here I've added just the text elements. So you have the UI components, so you can better understand them. We are just going to copy them, and I've created pages. So in here you see that I have the get and with the text elements for everything that we are going to use, and the fetch. So I'll go to main, and in here we're just going to go into the under the app get in here, and we're just going to go and define all the things that we have in here. Right now we should have the text elements like this. You have the text elements for this. You see the text, it's an HTML that it's returned. It has a head, it has a body with different h1 and paragraph strong, and this is the italic and so on like this. So in here you see that you have the elements, h1 tag, h2, h3, bold text, and in here you have the italic. In here is the italic. These are the code snippets. So again, all the styling, it's done with Tailwind CSS. So that's why you see all of these details. You see it's using Tailwind CSS, and the CLS class is telling what classes to be used. So it's quite easy to style everything with the Tailwind CSS. Then, yeah, these are some basic things, again, just to help you understand. I'm not even an expert on this. I guess there are others that can help you with understanding this better, but yeah, I'm trying just to understand it and explain it to you while I do that. Let's go and check the next element, and then you have the layout with columns and things like that. I've created a layout in here. So basically this is like how you are adding a new page. You are just adding the app get with the layout, and then in there you have again the HTML that will be returned with everything. And I'm just going to go and copy this, and we're just going to go under here and put everything. Okay, like this, and you have the layout again, and you define the layout demo, and HTML again. I import the CDN Tailwind in here, and in here you see that you have the body with div h1, you have a sidebar, and you have a main content. In here we have some grids. Again, this is done with the help of Tailwind CSS. If you need the help of AI to style with Tailwind CSS, it's very easy because they know, because it's widely used. So that's why I've decided also to use Tailwind, and yeah, it's more easy than start to write plain CSS for everything. And in here you have the layout, and in here you see that you have the sidebar. So basically, this is the grid sidebar in the left. In the right, you have the main content. This is just to show you an example. So yeah, easy to use and create everything. I mean, everything is translating from HTML to Python with the help of that thing that FastHTML created, like hash1, hdivs, and things like that. Okay, there you have the links and button for, I don't know, navigation and things like that. We're going to copy this code and we're just going to go fast through it, because if you need more, you can go to the article or you can just ask the AI to help you. You should use AIs. Okay, let me close this. I need to open try. Okay, again, I will go to the main PI. I will go at the end in here. I will start adding the things. Okay, so for the navigation, again, you do a get with the navigation to have a different page for this. And in here, again, I'm importing the CSS, and you have the body and you have the navigation bar that it's created. Again, the CSS is styling everything in here. Just see that you have the A for the links, you have the div, and in here you have different navigation items. You have also a button with the login in here. And again, all the styling is done with the Tailwind CSS, and in here you have the hrefs. Okay, page content, in here we have some P, H1 and things like that. So quite easy. Let me copy this. Navigation. Okay, and in here you see that you have like a nice navigation that it's added with everything in here. Again, Tailwind CSS, it's easy to use and create everything. So yeah, you see that it's looking very nice. And yeah, you can modify it yourself and see the other details. Let's go and check the other things. I think it is a form input right now in here, so you can create different forms like contact pages like this. We're going to create a contact page in our application also. And yeah, this is not sending any emails, but it's just for you to see how it's working with label inputs and text areas and things like that. Again, let me go and add it to the end. Yeah, if this is quite fast for you, you can pause it. Again, you can go and check the code in my article so you can understand it. Again, I've defined the contact page, and in here with HTML with head and everything to include the Tailwind. In here I have the body with a div, H1 the contact us. It has a big text with bold, and it has the margin to it. And in here you have a form. You see, you can add a form like you are adding it in the other others components. Then you have the div inside the form. Then you have a label. You have an input. Again, in here you have the name. You have the you have a class to style it. You have the input again with the text, with an ID, with the name, with a placeholder, and classes to style it. Email field, you see in here, this is the email. It's for email. It has an ID. Again, you have a placeholder, message with a text area, with a label. You have a button in here, and you have an action with a post. So in case you want to, I don't know, use an SMTP server to send an email, you can include it in here. Maybe we're going to do that in a future video. And that's about it. And let's go and check right now this. And in here I have the contact. Bam, bam. And yeah, in here you see you have the contact page, and in here you have the form with the name, with the email, with the message, and the send button. And it's looking very nice because of Tailwind again. It's not found because you don't have any submit contact. In there you don't have any any required checks and so on, but they can be added. This is just to show you some of the things in here. Okay, then I think we have the table. So you can create very nice tables with this. Okay, let me copy the complete code and we are going to go with it. Again, tailwind is used for styling. It's just easy to use. Let me go and add this at the end. Okay, let me save it and let's go. This is a bigger code. Here you have just a data table that it's added. Again, tailwind. Again, the body div, the h1 for this. And in here you have the table. And in here you have the table header. You see that you put the IDs and everyone can have its own class. Again, you can put the TR with the class and you have in here the TH for this with the class. And in here you have some of the things that it has. And here you have the table body like this, TR, TD, row 1. Again, you have the details for row 1, row 2. And in here you have the options to style everything with the details. Again, you can go and create like a function that will, I don't know, fetch everything with maybe a for to not create everything manually, but this is just to demonstrate you how this it's working. And yeah, you see that it's like this. And let's go and check the table data. And you see that you have the table and this is responsive. You can go and have a very nice table in here in the application. And you see that these things are very fast because, yeah, FastHTML, it's quite fast. That's why I don't know, wanted to learn it. And the other thing is with AI, you have a lot of flexibility when it comes with Python. Most of the things in AI are made also with Python. I wanted just to, I don't know, dig deeper into FastHTML and see if you can create like some interesting application. So for instance, I have like some tools that I'm using most of the times, like creating different things, and I want to create a website with all of the tools and prompts, because prompts are important. That's why I was taking a look into the FastHTML, because yeah, I want to learn more like Python and things like that to create these tools. I will make them public available. We're integrated with OpenRouter and things like that in the future. Okay, and let's see what I've added next. So yeah, I mean, you can go into their website and check more things if you want in there. And in here, for instance, I've also created an FastHTML with HTMX. So this is a counter, so basically it will help you create some interactivity in there. I mean, I didn't dig that deeper into all of these details. I will just gonna go like easy and see how it's working. And in here I will just going to create a new document and I will call it htmx.py to put it in here. And in here, if we are going to check this, again, you have the import, you have the application, and you have a counter in here that it will start with 0, and you have a get that it will go into the default location. And in here, I have the home that is defined. And again, you see in here that it's title like this. It's a h1 div. It has a button that it will have, for instance, you see that the current counter, and it's using the counter value, it will be 0, and it has the ID with counter, and it has styling with CSS again. And in here you have the button with increment, and when you are pushing the button, it will do a post that we're gonna go to the increment. So basically this is how HTMX it's working. It's very easy to be used. That's why it is very popular from my point of view. It adds interactivity directly into the client and it's fast. So yeah, that's why I wanted also to check this HTMX things. I know that this video it's quite long. I hope you are not getting bored. But yeah, you can do a lot of things with HTMX and it's nice to use it from my point of view if you're using Python. Okay, and here you have the target, you have a counter target, and you have the styling. Again, you have the decrement, it goes to the decrement, it goes to the counter again, and styling for this. And then you have the script that it's added to style this with Tailwind. And in here you have the increment button. So in here you have the post, you see that it's doing a post, the increment. So in here you have the post that it's going to the increment, and basically in here you have the logic for this. So in here you have a function to increment things, and it will go and have the global counter, and it just add one, and in here it will return a paragraph with the text and ID counter. Like this, you have it in here, that is the target, and you have the class to look better. The decrement, it will do the opposite, it will just subtract one. So this is some basic things. Again, this demonstration was built with the AI, but it's not hard to understand because it's like, yeah, it's quite easy. HTMX is not complicated. This is the good part. And right now, let's go and serve this. So this is called HTMX6, and I will just start that file. Okay, and let's open again in here and see if it's working to not navigate away. So in here you have the increment, and you see in here that you have the options to increment, and you see that every time a post is done, and you have the 200, and everything is very fast. You see that it's very, very fast. And again, for decrement, everything is very, very fast. That's why I wanted to take a look into this, and I didn't want to create it with something like Nice Guy that I've already started in the past. So yeah, you see that the counter it's working, it's looking nice, and it's like, yeah, fast. And what I did, I've asked AI to create a to-do application for me also. And yeah, in here you have all the explanation. If you want to go deeper, you see that you have also different things that you can do. And it tells you how the counter is working. And I was thinking, okay, create me a to-do application. And he did that. And we are just going to copy this and we are going to go and explain it as much as I am like knowing. Open try, let me create a new file. And in here, I'll just todo.py. I'll just create it like this. And I've just save it to have it. And in here you see that it's importing again all the details, using the data classes. And in here you have the get for the main. And again, to do that, you have the div with title, you have the h1, you have a form, this time with the div input that is doing all of these things. And when this form is submitted, it will post at to do, it will have this target to do list, and it has a swap before end. Okay, again, to do list container in here, and in here I have the script with Tailwind. So not a lot of things are happening in here, and in here you have the add to do that it's in there, and in here you have the logic to add the details. You have a counter, you have the counter ID with the title, and you have the return for the details. You have a post with toggle to do and the ID for this. So this is more advanced, and it builds all the logic for this. And in here you have the return with the div, and again you have some other HTMX details that will help us do all of these things. You have a button with the logic, and you have the serve at the end. Let's go and start it. To do. Okay, let me open this. And yeah, basically this is a to-do application. And in here, for instance, if we're going to go and add something, I don't know, my first, bam, you have something. Again, you see that it's working fast. And in here you see that you have the details. And here, for instance, if you want to do it, to check it, you can check it and it's crossed like this. If you want to delete it, you delete it and it will just do post to add and delete to delete it. Bam, like this. And yeah, like this it's working with FastHTML. I hope you understand something. There are a lot of information in here. That's why it's important to take the time. And again, if you don't understand everything, I have the article. And you have like a psychic that you can use with the AI that can help you understand even better these things, and you can just go and paste the details that I've sent and ask it. Cloud 3.7 is quite good on understanding things and helping you do all of these things. And yeah, this is the video. We're going to go into the next video to create like something with components, with pages that we're going to use across our application and see how things are going. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. In case you like it, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we're gonna meet in the next video.